Since elementary school, American students have been taking standardized tests. From the early 2000s, testing has become a huge part of the American culture in schools. Standardized tests are now added into the obsessive testing curriculum that already exists of pop quizzes, midterms, finals, diagnostics, and so on. Standardized testing is a big part of the American education system, and there are two main opinions behind it. Some people believe that it is the best way to measure students' intellect and abilities, while others do not. There are many pros and cons that create a heated debate surrounding this subject, such as uniformity, testing on limited subjects, time constraints, and the formats of the test. Standardized tests have good intentions of trying to improve students' schools and give students a proper chance to be compared against each other for a multitude of reasons. Some people support standardized testing in the American education system for various reasons. Uniformity is one reason that people like standardized tests. They feel that administering similar tests gives students a proper chance to be compared to each other for academic improvements and for academic advancements, such as applying to colleges. Since the No Child Left Behind Act of 2001, uniformity is applied as it requires every state in the country to administer a standardized exam. According to the U.S. Department of Education, the purpose of the No Child Left Behind Act was to ensure that all children had a fair, equal, and significant opportunity to obtain a high-quality education by increasing accountability and improving teacher quality. The No Child Left Behind Act also requires schools to show yearly progress with testing scores in each grade and subgroup, like gender and ethnicity. Another reason why people support standardized testing is that they believe that it is a good way for students to see students' academic progress. The Education Minister of Canada, Janet Ecker, says, "If you don't test, you don't know how well our students are doing. If you don't test, you don't know where the problems are." Standardized tests give schools, students, and teachers the opportunity to see where they are struggling and excelling at, so they can work on and improve the areas where students are lacking. Testing has also been argued as one of the best ways to prepare students for college, since college is filled with lots of tests and is generally of higher level thinking than those who do not do well on standardized tests. And those who do well on the tests are believed to do well in college. Testing is seen as the best way to come up with better results for students and to improve their academics as a whole. Former U.S. Secretary of Education Eugene Hickok said, "Standardized tests can do more to improve the general level of education in this country than anything else we've tried." While there are many valid arguments in support of standardized testing, the cons of standardized testing outweighs the pros by far. Some people are against standardized testing in the American education system for various reasons. Many view standardized tests as not uniform because each state has their own tests for grades 3 to 12. As a result, students across the nation are not properly compared to each other. Another reason why people do not like testing is that it has a narrow curriculum and only focuses on subjects like English and mathematics. In 2007, a national study by the Center on Education Policy reported that since 2001, 44% of school districts had reduced the time spent on science, social studies, and the arts by an average of 145 minutes per week in order to focus on reading and math. Another con to testing is that they're expensive and the money can arguably be spent in more efficient ways. Testing can cost anywhere from $20 million to $57 million a year and has been reported to be even more in some systems. The company Pearson Education owns 40% of the U.S. testing market, which is a crazy amount for one company to control that much of the U.S. education system. Next, students take so many tests that they get burned out and do not perform to their best abilities. Joan Kavanaugh, a 7th and 8th grade teacher in Buffalo, New York, frequently has her students ask, "Not another test, why do we have to do this?" By graduation, students have taken an average of 113 standardized tests. Another con is that students are being taught how to take tests rather than how to learn. Learning and teaching how to take tests takes up too much instructional time and leaves little time for students to actually learn. It has also been argued that the format of testing is unfair as many of the tests are timed and does not always give students a fair chance to complete all questions, and multiple choice tests can be unfair because it forces you to think that there is only one right answer. Some tests contain ridiculous questions and reading passages. For example, one story featured on the news was a story about a talking pineapple and a hare. Lastly, the most compelling argument against standardized tests is that they do not overall reflect a student's intellect and success. Mel Levine, professor of pediatrics at the University of North Carolina Medical School, says it's been found that the SATs predict grades in the freshman year of college, but have no correlation with career success past college. Education researcher Gerald Bracey says that standardized tests cannot measure important qualities such as creativity, critical thinking, and leadership. Testing has also caused unnecessary stress in students, as the outcomes can sometimes greatly affect their futures, such as the ACTs and SATs, which are used by colleges to determine acceptance. Test-related jitters among students are so common that the Stanford 9 exam comes with instructions on what to do with the test booklet in case a student vomits on it. Finally, testing has been shown to be good at teaching students how to test, but does not prepare them for the real world. Standardized testing is a debate across America that brings up many good points on both sides, leaving educators in the United States with some questions about what to do next. All in all, standardized testing gives students the chance to be compared to each other in a uniform manner and is a way to measure academic success. However, standardized testing is also deemed to be unfair for many reasons, such as is expensive, has a narrow curriculum, causes stress, and does not accurately measure a student's success. In the end, the choice is up to you and what you think is morally right for the students and future professionals of America.